Yeah. I attended a rave at a rock climbing gym, and they were serving food. After I got my...
There's so much just in the first
That
sentence.
one sentence is like...
I attended a rave at a rock climbing gym, and they were serving food. After I got my food, I realized that literally the only place I could sit down and eat was a single picnic table inside.
Oh, man, isn't that the worst when you go to a rave and there's nowhere to sit down?
Yeah. You go to a rave, there's only one picnic table. There was already a couple eating there, but there was room for a few more people across from them. I sat on the other side of the table and realized belatedly that the couple was having a very intense, hushed argument about something. I don't know what about, because raves are loud. By the time I figured this out, the face painting folks had set up next to me, so I couldn't move.
Did you meant to write fair and you wrote rave?
By the time I figured this out, the face painting folks set up next to me, so I couldn't move. All I could think to do was angle my body away from them, eat as fast as possible, and pretend that nothing was happening. Was there anything else I could have done? That's from Top Noping in Chattanooga. Is that a rock climbing thing? Top Nope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you here?
Are you here? Okay, the first piece of good news. Thank you for your bravery. The first piece of good news is that I can pretty much statistically guarantee you will not run into this problem ever again.
Right. The bad side of that is, statistically speaking, you're the only human being to ever encounter it.
Yeah. Can I ask a question that maybe is the most curious I've ever been about anything in my adult life?
Oh, boy.
So I need you all to be very quiet. What kind of food do they serve at a rave?
Chicken
Chicken on a
stick.
stick. That's good protein.
Okay. So what you're saying is at this rave, there's a table set up with tub upon tub of chicken on a stick. And you saw that and thought, that definitely won't give me food poisoning. Okay, cool.
Also, let's get all these ecstasy high kids just out there with some wooden spears. What's the worst that could happen?
Do you think the face painters showed up and they're like, are we supposed...
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, sorry.
Do you think when the face painters are hired, they were not expecting, all of that you have just described in your email? Or do you think face painters are like, I just know how to do Spider-Man?
I just drove here from a children's hospital. This is a lot.
Hi, is this Face Painters? I'd like to hire you for a normal thing. About 2:30 a.m. Is that good for start time? And then it's just kind of to question mark.
How much paint should you bring? How much paint will cover the faces of 100 extremely, extremely, extremely tripping people?
It's important to know they'll be sweating it off every 15 minutes.
Yes.
The good news, doesn't have to be good. They won't be able to see shit.
Yes. Just get them sloppy. They won't know.
Do you have a magic paintbrush? Magic paintbrush has fallen on some hard times.
Okay.
In this economy?
We haven't even discussed the rock climbing element. Is there a full-time employee at this party whose sole job is to keep an eye out for somebody who thinks it's a good idea to try and climb right now because of the confidence that the drugs have given them?
Okay, but also, once again, this is going to show I know nothing about raves. Was it in conjunction with the rock climbing gym? Or was it secretly, illegally at the rock climbing gym?
Like they threw a brick through the window and they're like, this seems like a good rave spot.
I mean, the alternate of that is you go to the manager and say, hey, I'd really like to throw a rave here.
Yeah.
I feel like the rock climbing should be included with the rave price. I'm already here. I might as well climb. I wish you could have a rave at the Aggro Crag.
Yes.
Guts, but it's a rave for adults.
Yes.
Do you have it? Drugs.
We're going to see who's the highest. Let's go to the leaderboard now.
They all
it's
are.
the guy who thinks he's a butterfly. Okay.
He wins. He wins the entire contest.
He won guts. He gets a glowing piece of this radical bud.
All right.
You gonna
They
allow it?
smoke the weed at raves, right?
Sure, probably, maybe, no, definitely not.
You said, yeah, too loud. I'm calling the police.
Hey, got you. Got you.
They agreed to a drug joke, officer. Take them away.
All right. Now, that was 6 whole minutes about not even answering the question at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Answer the question.
Next time this happens, when you are near a couple who is fighting quietly, loudly, or otherwise, you now have to convince them that you are their child from the future.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the maneuver you have to institute. Right? As they start arguing, you just go, oh no!
Oh, shit.
And pull your hand into your sleeve.
You're gonna-
For the listener, Travis has pulled his hand into his sleeve.
It's some funny Carrot Top shit. You could also show them a picture of themselves, and they'll be like, "What is this?" And you'll be like, "Anybody missing? Anybody turn invisible?"
And show them a picture
Me
of
as a baby.
themselves on your phone that you just took. And when they're like, what is this? Like, it's a picture of my parents.
Yeah.
I always carry it with me so I'll remember the night
This
that
picture
they
was taken on
conceived
this night, this special night, when you work through your differences on
If
drugs.
somebody walks even remotely, one of the face painters turn to them and say, "Get your damn hands off her," and punch him in the face. Problem solved.
Has any lasting relationship piece ever been brokered at a rave? I suspect not. I suspect the underlying problems were not fixed on this night.
You know what? Listen, we could stand here and argue about this all day, but let's rave on it.
Yes. We've already paid for the whole rave. Let's just use it up.
I'm gonna spend my energy climbing this wall and eating this chicken on a stick.
We're letting it
Yes,
all
we'll
go.
do the bouncy castle afterwards. I've never been to a rave.
Yes, very clearly.